And still in the turmoil-filled world of state politics, a couple of shortcuts from the events this week. In a moment, how you can be a good Catholic and still support gay couples adopting children. First up, the man known fondly, we presume, as Uncle Ken Moroney. It was the former Police Commissioner's job to try to make sense out of this, the April snarl-up on the F3, when a smash and a failure to set up a contraflow led to traffic being piled up for 20 kilometres for up to 12 hours. It was a huge embarrassment for the Keneally government. The head of the Roads and Traffic Authority was sent home on full pay, mind you, and Ken Moroney was commissioned to find out just what went wrong, why, and maybe who was responsible. It turned out no one was.
There were in existence a range of plans and contingencies to be able to respond, and what the report clearly identifies is that whilst there were a range of coincidences that occurred on that particular day, in essence the issues come down to fundamentally an inability to analyse on a continual basis intelligence that was developing almost on a minute-by-minute basis in terms of the build-up of traffic. It relates to the issue of timely and effective decision-making, and then equally as important, the issue of effective communications in and across agencies.
What's more, it was the government's fault, not any particular public servant, which is a big break with Labor government tradition.
This is not about any particular individual. This is about across government having the right decision-making structures in place to ensure that when information is gathered by agencies, it is shared with other relevant agencies, and that the right decisions are taken always with the best interests of motorists at heart.
And the best interests of the boss of the RTA. He's been reinstated, and along with other agency heads, he'll decide if anyone in particular should be carpeted.
What this report showed is that there was a failure across agencies to share information. There was a failure across agencies to have coordinated decision-making. Now, as to whether any particular individual within the RTA, or indeed any of these agencies, needs to be held accountable for their job performance, that is now a decision for the heads of those agencies.
And the Premier set another precedent this week, talking at length about God, the Gospels, and why she supports gay couples who want to adopt children.
Is that Jesus loved all. He loved all, and he accepted all. And for me, that is the strongest message that comes out of the Gospel.
But doesn't the Bible rail against homosexuality?
Where in the Gospel do they talk about same-sex relations? There are also parts of the Bible that prohibit usury, of earning interest on money. There are also parts of the Bible that make claims that we as a community wouldn't accept today about women, about slaves, and what I, as a Catholic in particular, and a Christian, have always believed, and what the Catholic Church teaches is, in fact, that there is scripture and there is tradition. And the tradition of the church is to constantly reinterpret scripture in light of human understanding and human experience. What I know as a Christian, as a Catholic, is that Jesus himself was about love. He taught about love. Love each other as you love yourself. The greatest thing that you can do is to lay down your life for someone else. And when I see gay and lesbian people giving that sense of selflessness, of unselfish love to a child, that's something that I, not just as a Christian and a Catholic, but as the leader of this state, want to be able to support.